Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Machedo is the best.
Alright, in this video I'll speak to you about one of the principles that I strongly believe in. Okay, and it's pretty thought-provoking, so watch the video and give me your views. Put down your comments because I always read them. In case you're new to my channel, my name is Loy Machedo. I'm a personal branding strategist. I help people get well-paying jobs in Dubai, UAE and Middle East. People book my services for coaching, consulting, if they have personal or professional problems. I guess maybe my perspective is unique. Details are put down below. Okay, so now have you seen the Olympics, the track and field, 100 meters dash? When I was a runner, when I was a triathlete, marathon runner, I used to always watch this because it used to inspire me. I used to see how they run, how they move their hands, their torso, the leg movement, placement of the stride. It felt as if I was there. And if you are part of any sport and you love that sport, when you watch the sport, you'll feel as if you're playing. That's why people who are fans of cricket, they literally shout and scream when they see their players play. Football fans go berserk, especially when they score a goal or miss a goal. Boxers, people who see boxing. So, various disciplines are there. So now, I used to love watching running. Okay, I know. I was like, what a boring guy. But I used to see triathlon, triathletes, I used to see marathon runners. Now for a lay person, it is just running. But for someone who was into it, every scene, every video, two people are just running casually. You can just look at them for half an hour and just be totally involved. People sometimes wonder, why are you watching running, man? Two guys are just running for the next 1 hour. There's a lot to it. That's why if you check on YouTube, just type running, what's his name? Kipchoge and what is his name? These marathon runners, Selassie, Gabriel Selassie or something. You see them, it's a sight to behold for a runner. Or in triathlon, cycling, swimming, and running. Okay, so now, if you actually notice the race, all 10 people start, or in a marathon, hundreds of people start. But then, towards the end, after 9 seconds, 100 meters, or 1 hour or whatever, for a marathon, half marathon, or 2 hours for a full marathon. There's always first place winner. Everyone knows that person. Second place winner, some people may know, provided you're a star. And third place winner. After that, first, second, third, nobody remembers. Even Olympics, if I say Usain Bolt, you'll know. Tyson Gay, okay, you'll know. If I take a couple of famous names, you'll know. But now if I were to take the name of the 5th place winner, imagine you're talking the best in the world, huh? The best in the world. If I take the 4th name winner of the 4th place, 5th place, 6th place, you'll not know their names. Unfortunate, huh? Just imagine out of a population of 6 billion, 7 billion, 10 people are there. We only know, layperson knows first, second, third. What about number 4? What about number 5? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And do you know that, okay, we know the top 8, but do you know for the 8, they had to have heats? That means each player, each runner had to race against 8 other runners to qualify to get one track booked for him. So 8 runners, maybe each one competed with 8 others. So there were 64 runners. 64 runners who took part. And these 64 are the world's best. Now here's another shocking bit. Those 64 who gave their best, let's say one guy came from USA, or one guy came from India, or Pakistan, or Bangladesh. That one guy. That one guy, to represent his country, had to compete with another 8 guys to get first place. Only then he qualified. And those 8 guys to qualify had to compete with another 8 more. Say, I'm talking of Pakistan, for example. Number 1 in Pakistan had to compete with 8 others to win first place. Each of the 8 had to compete with another 8 more people. So that's 64. So 64 of the best runners in Pakistan. And then if you go back even further, to qualify for that 64 or 8 races, you have to be the number 1 in your region. Once again, compete with others. And to reach the region, you have to be number 1 in state. And to be number 1 in state, you have to be number 1 in your area or school or your college. So you see what I'm getting at. So overall, if we really look, it's like a pyramid. Carl Lewis is my era. Usain Bolt is number 1. Okay? Usain Bolt is number 1. Below him, 8. Below the 8, 64. Below the 64 into 64, I don't know. What is it? 3,000 something. Below them, 3,000 into 3,000. Example I'm giving. Rough. So maybe 900,000. And below that, 900,000 into 900,000. Maybe 10 million or 1 million or whatever. So from 1 million, half a million, 250,000, 100,000, 50,000, 25,000, 10,000, 5,000, 1,000, 500, 200, 100, 10, 50, no 10, 5, 1. So you see what I'm getting at? If you still didn't understand, we all remember first place winner. But this video is not about be the best and be a legend and be number 1. No. This video is more about what about those players who did not rank, who gave their whole lives. See, this is something people don't think about. To reach there, every one of them had to put in hard work, effort, sacrifice, food, rest, coaching, supplements, expenses, sponsorship. Almost all of them, all the Olympians, all. There's no exception. And I'm not talking of the first place, all the qualifiers for the best in the world must have dedicated their lives from the age of 3. Imagine, from the age of 3 or 5 or whatever. In China, it's 3. They catch them when they're young. So by the time you're say 20, by the time you're 20 or you're 30, you have given approximately 30 years of your life to one discipline. And that also not a casual affair, not a chumma, hey, want to run, let's run slow. No. You put in your heart, your soul, you give your best. Every single day. You know, I used to see Usain Bolt's training. Every day for 4 years, he would train to the point he would puke, vomit. With so much pain and injuries and massage and sacrifice. They don't even meet their friends. They don't have a sex life. They don't have a fun life. They don't have nothing. They dedicate their entire life for this cause. No career, no business, no studies. Now, if you win the first place, okay, great. But there also, even if you get the first place, let's say you get the first place, is there any guarantee for success, for money after that? One second, let this car go. See, I'll see. I searched this, I don't know what is the name of the video. In Australia, even Malaysia, Singapore, even India, all these Olympic champions who have brought gold, actual gold and glory to the country, they still don't have money. They still don't get sponsorships. They're struggling. So even after all that, there's no guarantee. Okay, so let's keep that aside. Okay, let's forget that. That's a video for another topic. Like the Australian lady who was #1 in swimming, who bought gold for Australia. She's struggling to get a job as a receptionist. Not a joke. It's just a search on YouTube. So just imagine if the first place winner's life is so pathetic. What about second, third, fourth, fifth? What about the 10th place winner? So now, why am I sharing this in the video? Is it don't take part in sports? Is it sports is useless? No, that's not the thing. Do what you are passionate about, provided you're willing to pay the price. Maybe some of you are not doing it like Olympic champions, you're doing it as a hobby. Fine. But the point I'm trying to say here is, we are so fixated on the first place winner. We never ask ourselves, what about the ones who never made it? Who are second, third, fourth, fifth? What about those people? In a bodybuilding championship, we remember the first place winner. Ronnie Coleman, Dorian Yates, Arnold Schwarzenegger. What about the 6th place, 8th place? Now, you must be saying, Loy, it's none of my business. No, it is. You know why? You may not be #1. You'll say, I don't care about #1. Fine, I'm not saying #1 in the world. Don't you have dreams? That's my question. Don't you have any goals? See, if you have simple goals, like let's say your salary is $10,000, example. and you have a goal. I want to save 100,000 and I'm happy. Okay? Obviously, you can't save the 10,000. If you earn 10,000, you must be living a 8,000 life. So, or 9,000. 1,000 will be saved. So, to save 100,000 might take 100 months. Example I'm giving. If you and your partner, 50 months. If you tighten your belt, maybe 2 years, 3 years. Okay. So those are small goals. But what if you have something worthwhile? In fact, forget you. Maybe you don't have any goals. Have you ever thought about your children, your loved ones? Or maybe you yourself have a goal. You want to be number one, no? Don't you? Like when you're teaching your child, don't you teach them, hey, you have to be number one, you have to be the best. Yes, there are mature parents who say, give it your best. But they are very rare, very few. The very rare parents will say, just give it your best, whatever the ranking. No, they'll say, give your best, but be under the top 5. But then what if they're top 6? Then, oh, shish, come on. So to put pressure, you'll say top 3. So at least they'll be top 5. Why am I sharing this with you is simply this. People book my sessions because they have dreams, or their dreams are crushed, or they wanted to do something, or they plan to do. And it's not just 20-year-old. There are 60-year-olds who are restarting their life again because they made a mistake and they lost everything. There are people who dedicated their entire lives to a marriage only to have one partner either die or break up or divorce them or a painful fight. There are still people who are in their 40s who still have a dream, who are clutching on to a dream of being. And yes, then there are these psychos who at the age of 50 want to be millionaire, billionaire, even though they don't have a job. I'm not talking about them. Everybody wants to have a better life. And you set yourself a goal. Question is, what if you don't achieve that goal? Then the only motivational statement you can give yourself is, I know at least I tried. If I were to give a moral of the story for this video, I would just say that, see this big dog. Hey doggy, it's too hot for you. It's too hot. He's a big dog. He's a puppy, by the way. Weighs 10 kilos, I think. 12. Very big. Okay, so what I was saying was, train yourself and train the ones you love to know that there is something called defeat. To know that there's something called not the first place. And it can be a job, position, salary, business, marriage. You know how many people put their life savings for a business only to lose everything? They're not my clients, but I can see here. When they start, it's so exciting. But when they lose, it's heartbreaking. So, through this video, I just want to share with you is, keep the possibility of failure very real. Don't put all your chips in. Put only how much you can wish to lose. And when you're doing something that is like Olympics or, for example, something like that, don't put so much where it's do or die. Yes, there'll be people who say go all in, and only if you put all in, you'll get the ROI. You take big risks, yes, there's big reward. But with big reward comes big failure. And for most of us, once you reach a particular point, there's no turning back. So always keep in mind, next time when you see someone running Olympics or boxing match, They believe in themselves. They believe that they are destined for greatness. They believe that I will do it. No matter what. They truly believe. And they sacrifice their heart, their soul. They leave no stone unturned. Only for them to fail. And so just be careful of this. And being a personal branding strategist, I know so many cases here. They put everything they had, everything for years. 100%, huh? Only to fail. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you. Let me know your thoughts. How would you advise your loved one? What would you tell? Forget your loved one, yourself. At what point do you say, I don't go beyond this? Anyway, this is all I wanted to share with you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You guys take care. All right.